So we'll start, you know this one, your seated clamshell. That's external rotation. And when we do this, we can do various angles of it depending on what the band allows for. You could go wider with a bit more external rotation to start and bring that hip in with a bigger range of motion. This is something we didn't do in Triumph Glory, but it's something that you can utilize. You can see, ooh, my left hip moves a little bit differently than my right hip as I do this. I gotta try to think about it. And remember, you're always sitting up tall, embracing through the belly as you do these clamshell exercises. You could also do a more narrow one. You'd have to have a band that adjusts to that. So you give yourself a little bit of play on the clamshell to work on that external rotation motion, resisted external rotation. Now vice versa, we can work on internal rotation, the old thigh master exercise. So we could simply, if we don't have something that collapses like the thigh master or one of those Pilates loops, hoops, you could just take your foam roller. I know we got one of those. If not, then honestly, you could just ball up a mat like this, and we would have to go with a more narrow position. So the more narrow your pillow, your cushion, your mat, or the more wide, when you're using these are things my brother has for his back. If you're using something wider, then you have to start wider. But all we're going to do is squeeze that groin, driving the knees in. You can't see it right now, but I'm actually shaking and trembling a little bit here. I can feel a lot of activation. This is one that we don't do a whole lot of. Now I'm going to pull my core up and in, right through that deep abdomen, and control my breathing. So that would be an isometric exercise, meaning that you're not going in and out of it, you're just squeezing and holding. Then you would, in that case, you wouldn't do repetitions. You'd do like a 10-second hold and a rest, and a 10-second hold, a rest, and you would build up that way with repetitions of holds. So I would recommend the clamshell and the internal rotation, or adductor activation, doing at least a few rounds of each of those to get those sides and outside and inside of the hip stronger.